Which solid would most likely resemble a globe? Below are the shapes represented in each option. There they are. A globe is a miniature representation of Earth. The approximate shape of the Earth is spherical. The most suitable answer is option D, which represents a horizontal line. We'll be using our cardinal points as an allusion to directions like vertical and horizontal. This is because your cardinal points are familiar, or you should be familiar with your cardinal points. Therefore, I'm going to be using them as a reference. A line that goes from north to south, as shown by the cardinal directions, is vertical, and so is any line that goes in that same direction. So from north to south like that, if a line on our diagram is going in this direction, then it is vertical, like this one, D. To identify a horizontal line, consider the line that marks where the sky and the sea appear to meet. That line is called the horizon and is similar to the word horizontal. As a matter of fact, they have the same root word. Line B is an example of such a line. So there is our horizontal line in the same direction as the horizon, going from east to west. Notice that the horizontal line matches perfectly with the line B. It is therefore the correct answer. Lines A and C are neither vertical nor horizontal. The descriptive word for such lines is oblique. A piece of wire is 2.3 meters long. How many pieces 1 centimeter in length may be cut from it? This question is similar to asking how many centimeters are in 2.3 meters. 100 centimeters is equal to 1 meter. According to the equation relating centimeter and meter, the figure on the centimeter side, which is right here 100, is larger than the figure on the meter side, which is 1. To convert from meter to centimeter requires a conversion from the side with the smaller number to the one that has the larger number. The figure will therefore be larger. This requires multiplication by 100. So we need to convert, if we're going to determine how many pieces 1 centimeter in length may be cut from the piece of wire, we need to convert this meter to centimeter. Multiplication by 100 requires that the figure be increased by 2 decimal places. The new relative position of the point will be 2 places to the right. We have only 1 digit to the right of the point, so a 0 will have to be included in order to complete 2 decimal places. 1, 2. And of course, a 0 is included. The answer is option B. Which describes an equilateral triangle. A triangle that has a right angle is called right-angled triangle. Option A is incorrect. Any triangle that has 3 equal angles exists in that form because it has 3 equal sides. Such a triangle is an equilateral triangle. Equi has to do with equal and the lateral has to do with line. The triangle is formed by 3 equal lines or 3 equal line segments. Option B is correct. Any triangle that has 3 angles, all of different sizes, has that particular feature because it has no pair of equal sides. It is called a scalene triangle. This eliminates option B. When a reflex angle exists on a triangle, it has to be an angle external to the triangle. It is called exterior angle or external angle. This is because a reflex angle is greater than 180 degrees and less than 360 degrees. The sum of the angles in a triangle, the internal angles, the sum is equal to 180. This is less than a reflex angle. The reflex angle must therefore be external to a triangle. So, a triangle will definitely not have a reflex angle inside of it. Which best describes the shape in which B is located? B is a four-sided figure, which is of course a quadrilateral. It does not have the features of a square, in which all sides and angles are equal, and it does not have the features of a parallelogram, in which opposite sides are equal and opposite sides are parallel. Notice here that we have these opposite sides, and of course they are not equal in length, and these are definitely not parallel. We can, however, identify a pair of parallel sides. Of course, these sides are parallel. Any quadrilateral in which we may be able to identify a pair of parallel sides is a trapezium. Quadrilaterals that meet other requirements may also be classified as trapezia, as long as 2 parallel sides may be identified. These include squares, rhombuses, parallelograms, and rectangles. We can conclude that the shape is not a rectangle in which opposite sides are equal and all angles are equal to 90 degrees. All four-sided figures are quadrilateral, but the one that we have right there in B has a special feature. The most appropriate classification of the quadrilateral is trapezium, and this is represented by option C. A trapezium will always have a pair of parallel sides. What is the perimeter of region C? Region C has one side whose length is not directly given. Which side is that? That side. Its length may be determined because all sides that are marked in a similar and special way in a diagram of polygons are equal in length. So those lines are marked with those two dashes. They are all equal. Therefore, the length of the marked side is also 6 centimeters. See, this one is 6, and this is marked the same way. It is 6, and this is marked the same way. So it is also 6 centimeters. The perimeter is therefore 7 plus 7 plus 3 plus the 6 that we know is from here, similar to this one, and we have another 4 there. So 7 plus 3 plus 6 plus 4. And that is equal to 20. 6 plus 4 is 10. 7 plus 3 is 10. So the perimeter is equal to 20 centimeters. The answer is option B. Where was the point of the compass placed in drawing the circle? When a circle is being drawn, the point of the compass will be its center. The point that is most likely to be at the center of the circle is B. The most appropriate answer is option D. What type of triangle is labeled C? The marks that are placed on some lines indicate that those lines are equal in length. The triangle that encloses C has only one such mark. This demonstrates that the triangle has no pair of equal sides, or that the triangle has all sides different in length. A triangle that has all sides different in length also has all angles different in size. Such a triangle is called scalene. Option D is correct. What two triangles are isosceles? Any triangle that has two sides equal is an isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle has two equal angles also. The special similar marks that are placed on some lines in the diagram indicate that they are equal in length. So all of those sides are equal in length. If we can find a triangle with two of the indicators, then we know that two sides are equal, and the triangle is isosceles. There we have the marks. The orange highlighters are showing that we have a pair of equal sides in triangle A. See, these two sides belong to triangle A, and a pair of equal sides in D. See, these two sides belong to triangle D. Option A is correct. A and D. Which movement between the points A, B, C, and D is vertical? So there is our reminder of the cardinal directions. A line that goes from north to south as shown by the cardinal direction is vertical, and so is any line that goes in that same direction. So any line that goes in this direction is considered to be vertical. Notice that the vertical line matches perfectly with the line AC. It is therefore the correct answer. Option D is correct. Which angle measures less than 90 degrees? Remember our good old angle cycle. Let us make use of it in this question. Alright, so that angle is 90 degrees and it is called a right angle. So which angle measures less than 90 degrees? The angle that is less than 90 degrees is less than the one that is shown on the diagram, which is this one. So the one that is less than 90 is less than this angle that we have here. There are two angles that look smaller, angles B and D. Notice that the curve with the arrow in angle D is on the outside, indicating a reflex angle instead of an acute angle. So this one is around here. So the angle that is specified for D is not the one inside here, but the one that goes around there. So the one that is smaller than 90 degrees is this one. The answer is therefore option B. If P divided by 2 is equal to 20, what is P? P is being divided by 2. In order to remove the 2 or to eliminate it from the left hand side, we need to apply its opposite, and the opposite of division is multiplication. The expression is an equation, so what we do to one side, we need to do to the other side. So we need to eliminate the 2, and we are going to apply the opposite of division, which is multiplication. But we need to do that to both sides because we are dealing with an equation. So there we have it. P divided by 2 multiplied by 2, and of course 20 multiplied by 2. Applying the opposite of dividing by 2, which is multiplying by 2, has caused 2 to be eliminated from the left hand side. We need to simplify the right hand side. So 20 multiplied by 2 is equal to 40, and that is option D. If 7x plus 3 is equal to 38, what is the value of x? In order to solve the equation for x, remove 3 and 7 from the left hand side. The rule governing the one that we remove first is get rid of the one that is furthest from the subject, which is the subject is x. So get rid of the one that is furthest from the subject, or the one that is arithmetically least related to the subject first. So get rid of the one that is least related to the x, and that one that is least related to the x is the 3. So 3 is the least related to x. We will remove it first. It is added to 7x, so we need to subtract, which is the opposite of addition. So we are going to subtract 3 from the left hand side. The system is an equation, so what we do to one side, we need to do to the other side in order that the system may be kept balanced. We need to subtract 3 from the other side also. So we are subtracting 3 from both sides. 3 is eliminated and we need to eliminate 7. It is associated with x by multiplication. So apply the opposite of multiplication, which is division. So we need to divide both sides by 7. Dividing both sides by 7 has caused the 7 to be eliminated from the left hand side, and the right hand side is 35 divided by 7, which is equal to 5. The correct option is B. If 90 is equal to 36, which operation will give the value of t? What does 90 mean? 90 means 9 multiplied by t. So t is being multiplied by 9. In order to remove or eliminate the 9 from the left hand side, we need to apply the opposite of multiplying by 9. And that opposite is divide by 9. The expression is an equation, so what we do to one side, we need to do to the other side. So we need to divide both sides by 9. By dividing both sides by 9, this caused 9 to be eliminated from the left hand side. The options do not require the simplification of the left hand side. Notice that we do not have a simplification. We have 36 minus 9, 36 divided by 9, and so on. We do not need to simplify the right hand side, but the 9 is eliminated from the left hand side. So t is equal to 36 divided by 9, and that is represented by option B. Which shape has more than 20 lines of symmetry? A line of symmetry is one that causes the portion of an object on either side to be mirror images of each other. The easiest way of finding a line of symmetry is to see if it divides the object into equal parts. Let us look at the lines of symmetry of two of the objects. So we have our square, and we have one line of symmetry, 2, 3, 4. This is our six-sided figure, and what do we call a six-sided figure? A hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of symmetry. We have seen that as long as the shape is regular, the number of lines of symmetry that it has is equal to the number of sides. Therefore, if we have a regular pentagon, it will have 5 lines of symmetry. And if we have a regular decagon, it will have 10 lines of symmetry. We may conclude that the number of lines of symmetry of a polygon cannot exceed the number of sides that it has. So, because we do not have any one up there with 20 sides, we are sure that there is no figure up there, as we are seeing right there, that should have more than 20 lines of symmetry. But let's see what happens. The shapes whose sides we can count have at most 6 sides, and therefore at most 6 lines of symmetry. This leaves us with the circle. Option A is therefore the correct answer. A line of symmetry of a circle will be its diameter. There is an infinite number of ways that we may draw the diameter of a circle. Therefore, we can count the number of ways that we can draw the diameter of a circle, and we'll continue counting forever. So, there is an infinite number of ways that we can draw the diameter of a circle. That will give more than 20 lines of symmetry, of course. So, based on the final statement that we have made, option A is correct. What is the size of the angle B in the triangle ABC? The two marks on lines AB and AC show that they are equal in length. This makes the triangle isosceles. So there we have the two marks, and we are saying that the angles B and C are equal. Also what? Those two lines are equal. So angle B is 65 degrees and angle C is 65 degrees. Those two angles are equal. Therefore, since angle C is 65 degrees, angle B is also 65 degrees. The correct option is A. The pictograph shows the number of medals won by a certain country in the Olympics. In which year did the country win the most medals? So to find the year in which the country won the most medals, count the number of items in each year. So that's 1996, and we have 5. We have in 2007, and in 2004 we have 8, and in 2008 we have 6. Identify the largest number. So the largest number is associated with 2004. Therefore, 2004 represents the correct answer, and that is option C. Make sure at this early stage we are understanding now that 5 does not represent the number of medals, neither does 7, nor 8, nor 6. Why? Jerry, I bet you cannot tell me why, Jerry Lewis. You are sitting down there enjoying yourself, and I don't even know if you are paying attention. Oh, good, Jerry. Because in each diagram, the little medal that we have here represents 5 medals. So to get the number of medals, we'll have to multiply each one of these numbers by 5. That's very good, Jerry. And we have the same pictograph. And the question this time is, how many medals did the country win in 1996 and 2000 together? To find the number of medals that the country won in 1996 and 2000 together, find the number of items associated with the specified years. So 1996 we have 5 medals, not 5 medals, we have 5 items. And in 2000 we have 7 items. So add the numbers. 5 plus 7 is equal to 12. Do not forget that each item in the pictograph represents 5 medals. Multiply the total number of items by 5. 12 multiplied by 5 is equal to 60. The correct answer is therefore option C, 60 medals. The items in a jewelry box are 2 diamonds, 3 emeralds, 4 rubies, and 1 sapphire. The box is shaken and an item is chosen without looking. What is the probability that it will be an emerald? Recall the formula for probability. Probability is equal to the total number of events that will give a favorable outcome divided by the total number of equiprobable events. And as we answer the question, we'll be looking at what that large fraction represents. We need the probability of selecting an emerald. The selection of an emerald represents our favorable outcome. There are 3 of them. So the number of events that will give a favorable outcome is 3. There are a total of 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 1, and that is equal to 100 precious stones in the box, each of which has an equal chance of being selected. The total number of equiprobable events is therefore 10. The probability of selecting an emerald is 3 over 10, and this is option C. Mr. Brown has a hobby of detecting metals in the ground. The pie chart shows the amount of metal detected in the first 5 months of 2008. What is the size of the angle represented by the amount of metal detected in April? Students should not normally look at an angle and be able to tell its exact size, especially if it is not an angle on a straight line which is 180 degrees or a right angle which is 90 degrees. We may use elimination to rule out the ones that are definitely incorrect, identifying the correct answer. Option A is out. 180 degrees represents angles on a straight line. The sector allotted to April does not subtend an angle on a straight line. So this is April. Here we have April going like this. That's not a straight line. That's not 180 degrees. A 90 degrees angle is marked in a special way, as can be seen in the sector allotted to February. Right there. That angle is called a right angle. April is not associated with such an angle. 90 degrees is not correct. We are sure that 110 degrees is an obtuse angle. The angle associated with the month of April is also an obtuse angle. This is most likely to be the answer. The angle in option D is 20 degrees. This is an acute angle and represents the option that is furthest from the answer. We finally have to settle with option C as the answer.